Alright guys, the NASCAR Cup Series WURTH 400 at Texas Motor Speedway just ended, and this was just what I expected. Just what I expected. 12 cautions. Man, you had... Again, this was just what I expected. I expected this kind of result from Texas Motor Speedway, and... There were incidents today. First, I gotta say congratulations to Joey Logano. But yeah, so yeah, guys, Joey Logano, man, he's practically one of the only drivers that act to not get involved in some sort of incident today, and that's ultimately, you know, can't you say, like, that got him, you know. He was able to avoid all the incidents that happened, get up front, and get in a good spot, and gosh dang, I feel bad for a lot of drivers in this race. Michael McDowell, dude, he came so close to winning, man. Getting Spire Motorsports, I'm not sure if Spire has won a race or not. I think they did with Justin Haley back in 2019, but I don't know if that was just another team. I think it was Spire. I have to go look that up, but dang. Spire Motorsports getting their, I don't know if it's their second or first win, but golly, man. Both Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell had fast cars in this race. Like, I said this, Carson Hocevar has the speed to get into the playoffs, but that entire team's execution was just not the best. I mean, Carson Hocevar was in the top 10 for the majority of this race, basically until, I don't know if he got shuffled back during like a pit strategy. I know he got involved in one of those last caution wrecks with, I think it was with Ryan Preece, but golly, man, just mistakes is what was part of the game for this race, and golly, man, Denny Hamlin. Blown motor, not even to the end of stage 1. Sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, I actually picked Kyle Larson to win this race, and at the start of stage 3, when he was up there, I was ready to say I knew Larson would win this race, but it ain't over till it's over, and I knew it wasn't over just yet. Once Jesse Love spun out, multiple cautions happened. Kyle Busch spinning out, but I mean, and others like Keselowski, Brad Keselowski. I said this on my live race reaction stream. Brad Keselowski, this has been a trash year for Brad Keselowski so far. His average finish for in the first 10 races of this season was a 26.1. That is terrible. That is a travesty. Like an absolute travesty. He's 30, it's not even top 30 in points. What a travesty. I feel so bad for Brad, man. You gotta feel it. Ouch. You gotta feel it for Brad. Yeah, Bubba Wallace, he got involved in that first crash in stage 3. Dang it. So man, Tyler Reddick as well with that with that contact from Suarez. Like, all my favorite drivers, like Denny Hamlin, of course, my number 1, but of course 2311 Racing were involved in pretty much every incident. If you want to know how that went. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up the leaderboard and tell you guys what noticeable finishers that are on the noticeable finishers. So Joey Logano ends up winning this race. Like I said, he finishes first. Ross Chastain was close. I mean, he was quiet all race long until the final stage. Finishes second. Ryan Blaney, so close, finishes third. Kyle Larson, who was like I said, my pick to win this race, finishes fourth. I mentioned that. I mentioned I had a feeling Larson was going to win this race today, and he finishes fourth. Eric Jones needed a good day like this today. Like, he finishes 5th. Stenhouse Jr. 6th. He almost got involved in that incident with Kyle Busch, man. He was almost involved in that incident with Busch. John Aaron Nemechek got a top 10 finish. Just going to scroll. Austin Dillon sneaked his way into the top 10. John Aaron Nemechek 8th. I'm pretty much going to go through all the results because, man, we got a lot to talk about in this race. We just do, guys. We just absolutely do. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Christopher Bell 9th. Daniel Suarez rounds out the top 10. Todd Gilliland 11th. Ty Dillon 12th. William Byron, I know he did have contact with, what was that, Cole Custer. That pretty much, he had to come down to pit road and get repairs done, but he was out front with that damage for a bit. Justin Haley, he ends up finishing 15th. Chase Elliott was like 1 point, like leading at 1 point, but I think he had to pit, and so that, I think he had a bad restart, I think. Yeah, a bad restart. I thought he pitted, but he actually had a bad restart or something like that. That just dropped him to the back and didn't really recover that much. Zane Smith, 17th. Chris Buescher, 18th. Chris Buescher, at the first half of this race, was competing in the top 5 until, until mistakes just happen. Yeah. Cole Custer, 19th. Kyle Busch, 20th. Tyler Reddick 21st, Shane Van Gisbergen, I think he was one of the only few drivers that wasn't involved in some sort of incident. Ty Gibbs 23rd, Carson Hocevar, man. This 24th for Carson Hocevar. Both of the toe links, I'm sure, his car was crab walking, guys. So, he somehow ends up finishing 24th. My golly. Austin Cindric 25th. Like I said, Cindric, he was up front. He actually had a pretty fast car today too. He was in the top 5 for the good majority of this race, but it's just the theme of these races, man. It's the theme of this race for Texas. So, yeah. From 26 on down were issues. Michael McDowell, obviously. Dude, so close for Michael McDowell, man. Oh, those 2 tires. They kept him out for a bit, but it didn't last long enough to get him the win. Golly. I would much rather see him win than Logano, but it is what it is. Chase Briscoe, 27th. He just got caught, but he was just an incident. I don't remember what happened to Chase Briscoe exactly, but all I remember is, oh yeah, he hit the bump in turn 4. That's what happened. Keselowski, I mentioned Keselowski. His garbage season continues. Ryan Preece ends up finishing 29th. He was involved in one of the last cautions that happened, where he and Carson Hocevar got tangled up, and Hocevar actually did went airborne for a bit. Same with Bubba Wallace in that first stage 3 crash. Cody Love 30th, Jesse Love 31st. Josh Berry, didn't mention him. Josh Berry. It was looking like Josh Berry was going to have another race similar to Las Vegas. Well, having a similar pattern. He had a very good car, and then he hit the bump. I think he was in the middle lane, then he spun out, and that was his race. Right there. That was over. Dang it, feel bad for Josh Berry too. Bubba Wallace, 33rd. He was in the top. He qualified top 10. He was in the top 15 for the majority of this race, and then he just got caught in that wreck with Bowman, AJ, Chad Fincham, and of course Denny Hamlin. Engine failure. His car was on fire. Golly, man, that sucked. That absolutely sucked. Alright, so there's the results for you. Like I said, things could change due to tech, post-tech. But yeah, Joey Logano wins it. This, again, guys, like I said at the start of this video, this was what I expected from this race, Texas has produced races with a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks. This is just because of how the track is. There are bumps in turn 4 that drivers are going to make mistakes, and they're going to hit the outside wall. It's been a common theme with this car. Actually, it's a track thing, but since 2020, from what I've seen from stats, from what Fox showed, how many cautions there were, but man. Joey Logano, he now continues the streak of different winners at Texas Motor Speedway since I don't know what years. I think it was in the last 9 races. So yeah, Joey Logano. I mean, he did fail. He did fail post-race inspection last week and gets redemption and wins this week. So yeah, congratulations to Joey Logano once again. Yeah. Yeah, guys, so, man, when your favorite driver finishes dead last, and when your driver that you dislike the most ends up winning the race, man, what? This was a good race, guys, not gonna lie, but man, I said in my stream, I said in my live race reaction, imagine if Joey Logano somehow wins this race. Because I knew he was up there, and look what happens. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. You know, Logano's gonna win, he's gonna win races. Stuff like this, Logano is just gonna win races. You know, it is what it is, guys. You can't get that upset about it. I mean, he's going to win more races. He's going to be in the sport for a while. So, I'm used to it. So, yeah. Oh, man. This was eventful. The racing, I'd say, was good. If I have to rate this race on a 1 to 10 scale, I give it an 8 out of 10. 8, 7.5, 8. Like an 8 out of 10, guys, for this one. So, like I said one more time, this was an eventful, great race to watch. Texas, you know, it's not really. Texas used to be that track that it puts on some snooze fest with the 550 horsepower package, but it's with this Gen 7 car that we've gotten some better passes. We got some passing, of course, but yeah, and this was just interesting, too. You got some strategies, and you also got drivers battling the track, too, with how the track's laid out. So, yeah, I think this Gen 7 car has made the Texas races been better to watch. So, but man, this track, what drivers called it, man, this track is sketchy. Like, this track is indeed sketchy. So, yeah, guys, that is my Texas post-race reaction. Once again, gotta give my respect to Joey Logano. Congratulations, he was resilient throughout this entire race. Didn't get involved in any sort of incidents whatsoever. Yeah, congratulations to Logano once again, guys. And yeah, even though I don't like the guy, I gotta give him my respect, man. I gotta give him my respect. So yeah, congratulations. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.